Tell us a bit about your musical journey.
Well, I guess it started started when I was a kid, I guess. But I picked up guitar around 17, and I taught myself how to play, and I wrote a lot of poetry, so I wanted to write songs. And I went to school in Athens, Georgia. Went to college there, which is kind of a booming music scene, and that's where I kind of got my feet off the ground and started doing open mics, and I was super scared to do that. It was the most terrifying thing in the world, but somehow I made it through. And about 6 years ago, I moved out to the Bay Area of California from Georgia, and I've got a band there now, and we've made a couple albums together, and here we are at CMJ.
I read somewhere that you basically just sold all your stuff and was just like, I'm going to go for it and everything.
Yeah.
Where do you get this kind of like, just this inner energy of like, I can just do this type of, where you get all your inspiration and
I don't know. I've always felt like, I mean, things in life that are worth doing are hard to do, and they require a lot of personal, motivation and effort. And, I mean, I'm all about following your passion and doing what you love to do. I mean,
right.
and music and writing songs is my number one passion. I love to
Right.
do it. So I couldn't be happy just sitting at a desk for my whole life. So
You mentioned that you taught yourself the guitar. Are there any other instruments you would like to learn how to play or are learning how to play right now?
my first love was piano, and I actually I don't actually play the piano. I don't, but when I was about 10 years old, my family moved into a house, and there was a piano in the house, and the people said, we can't move it, do you guys want it? And I was like, yes, let's keep it. And we lived in that house for a year, and I played the piano all the time. I made up songs. I loved it. And we had to move out of that house, and my parents said, we can't take it with us, it's too big, it won't fit in our new house. And I was crushed.
Oh.
And right now, just now in my life, I'm at this point where I really want to pick up piano again and like try to really learn. And like, I wrote one song on piano for this new album that just came out, and I really am passionate about doing more. So
You just mentioned your new album. It's called From the Echo.
the echo.
How did you come up with the album title, and what was the creative process like?
Well, the title, it comes from the title track, which is From the Echo, and the line in it is, we'll find it out before the end of this, just what was said aloud that led us here. We write it out until the walls cave in from the echo. And that song is actually about, being in a job, a situation where it wasn't the ideal thing to do. And I was working and doing music part-time, and I was like, why am I stuck in this job? Like, should I quit? Should I, full on go for music? And it just, I ended up quitting, and I'm free of that now. But I guess the song was about like, one day I'm gonna like realize what that was there in my life for. Like, there's a reason. But
Right.
there's things that I learned from that job, that have helped me,
Right.
and even in music, So yeah, and
What
was the
what
other question?
what is your what was the creative process like?
Oh, well, with this album, I kind of wrote. I probably wrote about 20 songs.
Mhm.
There's 11 on the album. I probably wrote 20 or 25, and over the course of the year since the last album was released, and all of the songs are really personal, and they're about moving forward in life, and like letting go of stuff that's not good for you, and like being free and happy, and like loving what you do, and that kind of thing. And I write all the songs and then take them to my band and work with them, and I've got a great group of guys to work with, and they're all very creative themselves and put forth ideas, and my guitar player has great melodic hooks that he writes and add a lot to the songs. And
Where do you get ideas for for your songs? Are they personal situations or friend situations or things that you read in newspaper or see on the news? Where do you find the influences?
Most of the stuff is personal and in some way or another. Actually, for one of the songs on this new album, it's called "Break For It," and I was actually reading an article about a guy who broke out of prison a couple times, and really creatively, he made a gun, a pretend gun, not a real gun, out of a bar of soap and some screws that he found and coffee, dyed it with coffee, and he actually used that and fooled people to get out of prison, and he successfully got out of prison on more than one occasion.
Wow.
And I was just like, that's strangely inspiring. I know he's probably not a good guy, deep down. I mean, he obviously did something wrong, but it was really interesting to me, so I wrote a song about it. Break for it. Make a break for it.